The Lord said to me after my father passed, start a worship meeting called Code Red. And I started. Sorry, this is not about me, but I'm just telling you the journey that brought us here. And I've told you that story before, that I was fasting, and that day I said, no prayer today. It's inquiry. I went somewhere to break my fast, picked a note. I said, Lord, speak to me. How shall this thing be? Now that I've seen the future, what will happen? The Lord said to me, how did Joshua take over territories? I said, he went to war. The Lord said, you too go to war. But make sure you destroy I. But make sure you go to war. That was where the meeting started from. In 2017, that's why I said all I said. So we started having Code Red worship experience. Oh yes. That's why when you see any of the flyers, you see an expression of Code Red worship. We started having Code Red worship experience, and then we started to theme it. 2017, the Lord said this one will be called the Outpouring. December, I will never forget. That's where I'm going. That's why I told you all the stories. And he said you are going to Eagle Square in Abuja. Now, the first man I went to meet to say, sir, this is what the Lord spoke to me. You know the first thing he said to me? Oh boy, you get mine though. As soon as he said that, my faith deflated. Bam! I left that place low. And the Lord asked me a question. Who sent you? I laid down all night begging the Lord to restore that joy. I promise you, all night in my visitor's room, late all night begging. The next day I went to see my pastor. I said, the Lord said I should go to Eagle Square. He said, why not? Faith jacked up again. I said, yes, Lord. From that day I learned never to discuss with whoever the Lord is not sending me to. The outpouring. That was the theme of 2017, December 2 or 3, I can't remember. It was a Sunday evening. What I had in my account, let me be real, was 500K. That was not enough for my house rent. The Lord said, go and book the place. The 500,000, use it to do advert. Hello. Do advert of a program you have not paid for the venue. I couldn't tell my late wife. Say, Alpha, have you sorted outside? I said, oh, don't worry, it's under control. But what I had, I'd used it to pay for advert, billboards in town. We hadn't paid for the venue or anything else. Imagine if you've not paid for a venue, you know you've not paid for anything. Long story short, the program was going to be on Sunday. Tuesday, we paid for the venue. Imagine, I don't want to, I'm going somewhere. And this is going to help a lot of people. That God built you in levels. That was a test we needed to pass. 2017 for the real outpouring. I never connected the dot until this year. How come it was the outpouring the Lord spoke to me in 2017? And that was the first time we were going to move the meeting to an open space, Eagle Square, that even pastors in the city of Abuja couldn't dare. I had no church, no name, just a God who is too faithful. I'm telling you the journey so that we can know how to adequately give God praise today. God prepared and brought us a mighty long way for this. And that meeting was successful. We pulled more than 3,000 people to that meeting. And guess what? We arranged 7,000 chairs. We put 3,000 people, over 3,000 people to that meeting. That's how this journey started. And then in 2020, go and open the wells of Lekki 98. Are you okay? Is something wrong with you? I walked up to Daddy Adeboye. Brother Daniel was there, was the one that took me there. In his office. He has never met me. So imagine the courage that it takes for you to voice out. When you meet Daddy, let me tell you now. Every of your defense, there's an aura that comes with their presence that once you see them, it will take God to give you utterance. I said, my name is, so I said, okay. And Daddy will smile. And he said, and I said to him, the Lord said I should go and open the wells of Lekki 98 that you did. And he looked at me and said, kneel down, I will pray for you. I knelt down. Daddy laid hands on me. After praying, I said, Daddy, so what advice do you have for me? He said, nothing. With this new anointing, go. That is how God works. So if you look at, oh, he has mind, no. There's nothing like that in the kingdom. God brings you into a finished work. You know this thing called finished work of Christ? God finishes the work, finishes the exploit, and brings you in. Not because you can pray or you can fast. He just looks at everybody, and a divine excuse called mercy